Well, hello there. In this session, we are going to continue what we left off, which is a backend service. This backend service is the component of your internal balancer. So basically, what the backend service really does is it will accept any traffic directed to your backend service by one or more internal forwarding rule. So if you define for in your internal forwarding rules for let's say which port going to which backend service or which application will use different backend service, something like that, it will direct it to your backend service. And a regional backend service will accept either TCP or UDP traffic, like I mentioned before, but it's not both, and it will default the traffic to the backend VMs on the same port to which traffic was sent, based on the forwarding rules you defined earlier. So the backend service must have at least one instance group, or NN. It have to have associated with health check. Health check I'm going to explain you later, but it have to basically you have to associate to one instance group and one health check, and the main service will distribute your traffic to the backend VM and manage something called session affinity, which I'm not going to talk in this video, but there's something called session affinity, which is the backend service also manage. The next part is health check. So health check here is basically the same on the Google Cloud platform. It will define for your VM instance the specific health what's called threshold for your that you define on your health checks. It will exactly the same as on your external balancer. If you use that, you can use the existing health check, or you can make new one for your internal balancer. The existing health check is gonna associate with your if you are using external balancer, it can also use the tools that health check, like let's say that your external load balancer is going to distribute the traffic it's going to allocate the traffic to other VM instance if, let's say, yes, the CPU usage is above 80%, something like that, and your internal balancer can also use the same rules. And if the backend VMs fail their health check, the GCP will distribute the traffic amongst, just distribute equally for between your VM instance. It's something like that. And there's next thing is traffic distribution. It's it is the way that the internal UDP load balancer will distribute a new connection. Depends on whether you have configured failover, something called failover. Failover is it's related to the health check that I mentioned before. This is kinda mechanism, like, let's say if there's two things, if you have configured your failover and if you haven't. So if you have configured failover, if you have not configured failover, then the load balancer will distribute the new connection among its healthy VMs, or at least one backend VM that is healthy. When all backend are unhealthy, considered by the healthcare the health check rules, then it will just equally distribute among all backend. And the next thing, if you did configure the failover, and then what's happened is that the internal balancer will distribute the new connection among the VM in its active pool according to the failover policy that you have described, that you have configured. And when all backend VM is unhealthy, then you can specify the rules whether you want to drop the connection or not. By the default, the method for distributing new connection is use some kind of hash that calculated from 5 pieces of information. The first one is the client IP address, and the second one is the source port for which connection is coming, and the third one is load balancer internal forwarding rules, and the five is destination port, and the fourth the five and sorry the five is the last one is the protocol. You can modify the way that traffic distribute method for the TCP traffic by specifying something called affinity option, session affinity. Well, that's basically all the things that about the internal balancer, and the next part I'm going to demonstrate about I'm going to demonstrate the lab on the Google Cloud Platform about how we can make how we can create the HTTP and health check firewall rules, and how we can configure the two instance between for that for your internal balancer, and then next we will create two manage instance group, and after that we're going to configure and test our internal balancer. So just basically that's all about. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.